What if I told you that most English conversations you've learned are not how people actually speak in real life?
Wait, seriously? Then what have I been learning this whole time?
That's exactly the problem. You've been learning perfect English, but not real English. And today, you're about to hear a conversation that might completely change how you understand everyday speaking.
Okay, now I'm curious. What's so different about real English?
It's faster, it's messier, it's emotional. People interrupt each other, they shorten words, they don't follow textbook rules. And yet, they understand each other perfectly.
That sounds kind of chaotic.
It is, but here's the surprising part. Once you understand it, it actually feels easier than textbook English.
Wait, easier? How?
Because real English isn't about perfection, it's about connection.
Oh, that actually makes sense. So if someone is always trying to be perfect, they might sound unnatural.
Exactly. And I want you to think about this for a second. Have you ever prepared a perfect sentence in your head, but when it was time to speak, you froze?
Oh, wow. Yes, that happens all the time.
And if you're watching this right now, I want you to be honest with yourself. Have you ever felt that same thing?
I feel like everyone has.
That's because you were trained to speak like a textbook, not like a human.
Okay, now I really want to hear this real conversation you mentioned.
You will. But first, let me show you something subtle, something most learners completely miss.
I'm listening.
In real conversations, people don't always say what they mean directly. They hint, they imply, they use tone more than words.
So it's not just vocabulary?
Not even close. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine someone says, "It's kind of cold in here."
That sounds normal.
But what do they actually mean?
Maybe they want the window closed?
Exactly. They're not just describing the temperature. They're making a request without saying it directly.
Oh, that's sneaky.
It is. And if you don't catch that, you miss the entire point of the conversation.
So real English is like reading between the lines?
Yes. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Native speakers do this automatically. They don't even realize they're doing it.
That feels unfair.
It might seem that way, but once you see the pattern, you start noticing it everywhere.
Okay, now I'm starting to feel like I've been missing a secret layer of English this whole time.
That's a perfect way to describe it. There's a surface level, and then there's the real meaning underneath.
So today, we're learning that deeper level?
Exactly. And here's what's going to surprise you the most. The conversation you're about to hear will sound simple, but it's full of hidden meaning, natural reactions, and real-life rhythm.
I'm excited, but also a little nervous.
That's a good sign. It means you're about to learn something powerful.
Okay, but before we continue, can I ask something?
Of course.
If someone understands this kind of real English, does that mean they'll finally feel confident speaking?
Not instantly, but it's a huge step. Because confidence doesn't come from knowing more grammar. It comes from understanding how people actually communicate.
That hits different.
And if you're watching this right now, I want you to stay with us. Because in the next part, you're going to hear a real style English conversation. And I promise you, it will challenge what you think good English sounds like.
And I have a feeling I'm going to be surprised.
You will be. And more importantly, you're going to start hearing English the way it's actually spoken.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, let's step into a real English conversation. And I want you to do something important while listening. Don't focus on understanding every word.
Wait, what? Isn't that the goal?
That's what most people think. But real conversations aren't about catching every single word. They're about catching the meaning.
Okay, that already feels different.
Good. Now imagine this. You meet a friend after a long day. Listen carefully.
I'm ready.
Hey, you look exhausted.
Don't even ask. Today was just one of those days.
Did you notice something?
She didn't explain anything specific.
Exactly. But you still understand the emotion, right?
Yeah, she had a bad day.
That's real English. People don't always explain everything. They trust you to fill in the gaps.
So conversations are kind of incomplete?
On the surface, yes, but emotionally, they're complete.
That's interesting.
Let's continue.
Okay.
What happened?
Nothing major, just everything at once, you know?
Now pause. Did she actually explain what happened?
No, but somehow it still makes sense.
That phrase, everything at once, is vague but powerful. It signals stress without details.
Oh, so instead of explaining, she summarizes the feeling.
Exactly. And this is where many learners struggle. They try to explain everything clearly, but native speakers often do the opposite.
That's kind of surprising.
Here's another layer. Listen to this.
Go ahead.
I barely slept last night, and then my boss kept piling things on.
Okay, now she's giving more detail.
Yes, but still not fully structured. It's fragmented, natural, emotional.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a textbook sentence at all.
And that's the point. Real English isn't perfectly structured. It flows with emotion.
So if someone speaks in perfect sentences all the time, it might sound unnatural?
Exactly. Not wrong, just unnatural.
Wow, that explains a lot.
Now here's something I want you to think about. Have you ever avoided speaking because you couldn't form a perfect sentence?
I definitely have.
And if you're watching this right now, be honest. How many times have you stayed silent just because you weren't sure your sentence was correct?
Probably too many times.
And that's the trap. You don't need perfect sentences. You need real communication.
That actually feels freeing.
It should, because now instead of aiming for perfection, you can aim for connection.
Okay, I like that.
Let's continue the conversation.
Yes, I want to hear more.
Yeah, I get that. Sounds rough.
That's a short response.
Very short, but it shows empathy.
So you don't always need long replies?
Not at all. In fact, short responses are often more natural.
That's so different from what I learned.
Exactly. Most courses teach you to speak more, but real conversations often use less.
Less words, more meaning.
Perfectly said.
Thank you.
Now here comes a subtle moment. Listen carefully.
I'm focused.
Honestly, I almost called in sick.
Oh, that sounds serious.
Yes, and the word honestly adds emotional weight.
So it's not just information, it's feeling again. I'm starting to see the pattern.
Good. Now let's pause again. I want to ask you something directly.
Go ahead.
When you speak English, do you focus more on grammar or on expressing how you feel?
Probably grammar.
And that's exactly what's holding most learners back.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Because in real conversations, people forgive grammar mistakes, but they notice emotional disconnection.
That's powerful.
It is. And here's a quick tip. Next time you speak, try this. Instead of building a perfect sentence, just say the feeling first.
Like, I'm tired instead of a long explanation?
Exactly. Start simple, then expand if needed.
That feels much easier.
And more natural.
Okay, I'm curious now. What happens next in the conversation?
Here's where it gets interesting.
Tell me.
You should probably take it easy tonight.
That sounds like advice.
It is, but it's soft, not direct.
Yeah, it's not like, go home and sleep.
Exactly. Real English often softens commands into suggestions.
So it feels more polite?
More human.
I like that.
And here's a small challenge for you watching. Can you think of a time when someone gave you advice, but didn't say it directly?
Oh, that's a good question.
This is how real conversations work. They're indirect, emotional, and efficient.
And honestly, more interesting.
Exactly, because they feel real.
I feel like I'm starting to understand English in a completely different way.
That's the goal.
But I have a question.
Go ahead.
What about fast conversations? Sometimes people speak so quickly, I can't follow anything.
That's a great question. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next.
Oh, so it gets even more challenging?
Yes, but also more exciting. Because once you understand fast, natural speech patterns, everything changes.
Now I really don't want to miss the next part.
Good, because in the next section, we're going to break down why native speakers sound so fast, and how you can finally start understanding them without feeling lost.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
All right, now let's talk about something that frustrates almost every English learner.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Fast speech.
Yup, that's exactly it. Sometimes I understand English when it's slow, but when people speak naturally, it feels like everything blends together.
That's not your imagination. It actually does blend together.
Wait, so they're not speaking clearly on purpose? Not really. They're speaking efficiently. Let me show you something. Okay, take this simple sentence. What are you gonna do? That sounds easy. Now listen to how it's actually spoken in real life. What you gonna do? Whoa, that sounds completely different. Exactly. Words connect, sounds disappear, and everything becomes smoother. So it's not that they're speaking fast, it's that the words are changing. Yes, and this is where most learners get stuck. They try to listen word by word, but real English doesn't work that way. So how should we listen? In chunks, in patterns, in sound groups. Can you give an example? Of course. Instead of hearing, "What are you going to do?" you hear, "What you're gonna do." That's so much shorter. Exactly. Real English compresses information. That explains why I feel like I miss half the sentence.
You're not missing it. You're just not used to the compressed version yet.
That actually makes me feel better.
Good, because this is completely learnable.
Okay, but how do you train your ear for that?
First, you stop expecting perfect pronunciation. That's step one.
That's hard.
I know, but here's a quick reality check. Native speakers don't speak perfectly either.
Really?
All the time. They mumble, they skip sounds, they change words mid-sentence.
That sounds messy.
It is, but it's natural.
So instead of trying to hear every word, I should focus on recognizing patterns?
Exactly. Let's do another one.
Okay.
Did you eat yet?
Simple.
Now real version. Jeet yet?
No way. That's the same sentence?
Yes. Did you becomes jeet.
That feels like a completely different language.
And that's why learners struggle. Not because English is hard, but because they're learning a version that doesn't exist in real conversations.
Wow.
Now let me ask you something, and I want you watching.
That's exactly why. You're hearing connected speech, not isolated words.
So the problem isn't vocabulary.
It's recognition.
That's a big difference.
Huge difference.
So what's a simple way to improve this?
Here's a quick tip. Start mimicking what you hear, not what you read.
Mimicking, like repeating?
Yes, but not slowly. Repeat it exactly how it sounds,
Even if it feels messy?
especially if it feels messy.
That's so different from how I've been practicing.
That's why it works.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this connects to real conversations.
Good. Now let's bring this back to our earlier conversation.
Right, the tired friend.
Exactly. Imagine this line. I was going to finish everything, but I just couldn't.
Okay,
Real version. I was going to finish everything, but I just couldn't.
that one I recognize.
Good. Now faster. I was going to finish everything, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, now it's starting to blur.
And in real life, it might even sound like I was going to finish everything, but I just couldn't.
No pauses.
Exactly. Real speech flows like a stream, not like separate drops.
That's such a good way to describe it.
And here's something important. Your brain needs time to adjust to that flow.
So it's normal to struggle at first.
Completely normal.
That's reassuring.
But here's the surprising part. Once your brain adapts, you don't just understand more, you start predicting what people will say.
Predicting? Like guessing ahead?
Exactly, because real conversations follow patterns.
That sounds like a superpower.
It kind of is.
Okay, now I'm curious. What kind of patterns?
Emotional patterns, situational patterns, common phrases.
Can you give an example?
Sure, if someone says, it's been a long day,
I expect something like, I'm tired.
exactly, your brain fills in the gap.
That's amazing.
And that's how native speakers understand fast speech. They're not decoding every word, they're predicting meaning.
So if I want to understand fast English, I need to think ahead, not just listen.
Exactly.
That changes everything.
Now here's a quick challenge for you watching. Next time you hear someone speak English, try to guess what they'll say next before they finish.
That sounds fun.
And powerful.
Okay, but I still have one concern.
What is it?
What if I understand, but I can't respond quickly?
Ah, that's the next big problem.
I knew it.
And that's exactly what we're going to tackle next. How to respond naturally in real English without freezing or overthinking.
Yes, that's the part I need the most.
Then don't miss what's coming next, because this is where your speaking starts to transform. Now let's talk about the moment that makes most English learners panic. That split second when someone finishes speaking and it's your turn to respond.
Oh no, I already feel the pressure.
Exactly. You understand what they said, but your mind goes blank.
Yes, it's like everything disappears.
And here's the truth. That's not because your English is bad,
Then why does it happen?
because you're trying to build the perfect response instead of a natural one.
So I'm overthinking?
Completely. Let me show you something powerful.
I'm listening.
In real conversations, people don't create responses from scratch every time. They use ready-made reactions.
Ready-made? Like templates?
Exactly. Think of them like emotional shortcuts.
That sounds useful.
It is. For example, if someone says, today was exhausting,
I'd probably try to say something long like, I understand that you must be very tired after such a difficult day.
and by the time you finish thinking that, the conversation has already moved on.
That's painfully accurate.
Now listen to a natural response. Yeah, I bet.
That's it?
That's it.
That feels almost too simple.
That's the point. Real English responses are short, quick, and emotional.
So instead of building long sentences, I should rely on simple reactions?
Exactly. Let's build a few together.
Okay,
If someone says, I didn't sleep at all last night,
maybe that's rough.
perfect.
That actually felt natural.
Because it is. Now try this. I've got so much work to do.
Same here.
Excellent.
Oh wow, this is easier than I thought.
Because you're not translating anymore. You're reacting.
That's such a big shift.
And here's something I want you watching this to try. Pause for a second and think,
What's your go-to reaction in your own language when someone shares a problem?
That's a good question.
Now translate that feeling, not the sentence.
Oh, that's powerful.
Because language isn't just words. It's emotion first, words second.
I feel like this is the missing piece for so many people.
It really is.
But what if I want to say more, like continue the conversation?
Great question. That's where bridging phrases come in.
Bridging phrases?
Small expressions that help you keep the conversation flowing while you think.
Like buying time?
Exactly. For example, you know what? Or honestly, or I mean.
Oh, I've heard those a lot.
And now you know why. They give your brain time to catch up.
That's genius.
Let's try one.
Okay.
Someone says, I might quit my job.
Okay. Wow, honestly, that's a big decision.
That's excellent.
That actually felt smooth.
Because you used a natural flow. Reaction first, then thought.
Reaction first, thought second.
Always.
I love that.
Now comes a pattern interrupt. This might surprise you.
Tell me.
Silence is okay.
Wait, what?
You don't have to respond instantly every time.
But won't that feel awkward?
Only if you panic. But if you stay calm, a short pause feels natural.
That's so different from what I expected.
Let me ask you something, and I want everyone watching to think about this.
Okay.
When someone pauses before answering in your language, do you think they're stupid?
No, not at all.
Exactly. So why do you judge yourself so harshly in English?
Wow, that hits hard.
Give yourself space to think. That's part of real communication.
I feel like a lot of pressure just disappeared.
Good. Now let's level this up.
I'm ready.
In real conversations, people often mirror each other.
Mirror?
They repeat part of what the other person said to show understanding.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Someone says, I've just been really overwhelmed lately.
Okay.
You can say, yeah, overwhelmed.
That's it?
Yes, and it feels deeply connected.
That's so simple, but powerful.
Because it shows you're listening.
I like that.
And here's a quick challenge for you watching. Next time someone speaks to you in English, try repeating one key word they used.
That sounds doable.
And you'll notice something interesting. The conversation becomes more natural instantly.
I'm starting to feel like I can actually do this.
You can, but there's one more layer that most people don't realize.
There's more?
Always.
Okay, what is it?
Tone.
Tone?
The same words can mean completely different things depending on how you say them.
Oh, that's true.
For example, that's great,
Sounds positive.
but say it like this. That's great.
Oh, now it sounds sarcastic.
Exactly. Same words, different meaning.
That's tricky.
It is. But once you start noticing tone, your understanding improves dramatically.
So it's not just what people say, but how they say it.
Exactly.
This is deeper than I expected.
Real English always is.
So let me see if I understand everything so far.
Go ahead.
Don't aim for perfect sentences. Use simple reactions, use bridging phrases, allow pauses, mirror words, and pay attention to tone.
That's a perfect summary.
Wow, I feel like I've learned more in this conversation than in weeks of studying.
And we're not even halfway yet.
Wait, seriously?
Because next, we're going to explore something even more surprising.
What could be more surprising than this?
The hidden rules of small talk. The kind of conversations people have every single day, but almost never explain.
Oh, small talk is actually hard.
Exactly. And in the next part, you're going to see why most learners struggle with it and how to finally master it without feeling awkward.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
All right, let's talk about something that seems simple, but secretly confuses almost every English learner.
Let me guess, small talk?
Exactly.
Yeah, those short conversations always feel awkward, like I never know what to say.
And here's the surprising truth. Small talk is not about information.
Wait, then what is it about?
It's about connection, comfort, and signaling friendliness.
So people don't actually care about the topic?
Not really. The topic is just an excuse to connect.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
Let me show you. Imagine someone says, nice weather today.
Classic?
Do they actually want to discuss the weather deeply?
No, probably not.
Exactly. They're opening a social door.
Oh, so it's like saying, hey, I'm friendly.
Yes. And your response isn't about giving new information, it's about continuing that connection.
So what would be a natural response?
Something simple. Yeah, finally.
That's it?
That's it.
I always thought I needed to say something more interesting.
That's the trap. Small talk isn't about being interesting. It's about being easy to talk to.
That changes everything.
Now let's go deeper. Small talk follows patterns.
Patterns again?
Always patterns. For example, observation, agreement, small expansion.
Can you show me?
Sure. It's really busy today.
Okay.
Response. Yeah, it's been crazy. I barely had time to sit.
Oh, that flows naturally.
Exactly. You agree? Then add a little personal touch.
That feels doable.
Now let me ask you something, and I want everyone watching to think about this.
Okay.
Have you ever ended a conversation quickly just because you didn't know how to continue?
Yes, way too often.
That's not a language problem. It's a pattern problem.
Meaning?
You didn't know the next step in the conversation flow.
That makes so much sense.
So here's a quick tip. Always add one small detail.
Just one?
Just one. That's enough to keep the conversation alive.
Okay, I like that.
Let's practice. Someone says work's been stressful.
I could say, yeah, same here. It's been nonstop.
Perfect. You added a small detail.
This is actually fun.
It should be. Conversations are not tests, they're experiences.
That's a really nice way to think about it.
Now here's something even more interesting.
I'm listening.
In small talk, people often ask questions they already know the answer to,
Wait, why?
to keep the conversation going.
That's kind of funny.
For example, busy day?
They probably already see that it's busy.
Exactly, but they're inviting you to share.
Oh, so questions aren't always about curiosity.
Sometimes they're about connection.
That's a big shift.
Now here's a pattern interrupt. This might surprise you.
Tell me.
You don't need to answer questions fully.
Really?
Yes, short answers are often better.
That feels risky.
It's actually natural. For example,
Okay.
how was your weekend?
I'd usually try to explain everything.
Instead, try pretty chill, just relaxed mostly.
That sounds more natural.
And it invites the other person to respond.
Oh, it keeps the flow going.
Exactly.
I feel like I've been over-explaining everything.
Most learners do.
Okay, but what if I run out of things to say?
That's where looping questions come in.
Looping?
You answer, then return the question.
Oh, like what about you?
Exactly.
That's so simple.
And incredibly powerful.
Let's try it.
All right, how's your week been?
Pretty busy, honestly. What about you?
Perfect.
That keeps it going naturally.
Now let me ask you something directly, and I want you watching to answer this in your mind.
Okay.
Do you avoid small talk because you think your English isn't good enough, or because you don't know what to say?
Wow, that's a deep question.
Because for most people, it's the second one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And once you learn the patterns, everything becomes easier.
I'm starting to feel that.
Good. Now let's take this one step further.
There's more? Always. Okay, what's next?
Real conversations aren't just about what you say, but how you react in unexpected moments.
Unexpected moments?
Awkward silences, surprising comments, emotional shifts.
Oh, those are the hardest.
Exactly. And in the next part, we're going to explore how to handle those moments naturally, without panic.
That's exactly what I need.
Then stay with us, because this is where your conversations start to feel truly real.
All right, let's step into something most people don't prepare for. Those unexpected moments in conversations. You mean like when things suddenly get awkward?
Exactly. Or when someone says something you didn't expect, and your brain just freezes.
Oh no, that happens way too often.
And here's the truth. Those moments are not rare. They're actually a normal part of real conversations.
That's not very comforting.
It should be, because once you accept that awkward moments are normal, you stop fearing them.
I never thought of it that way.
Let's create a situation. Imagine someone says something surprising, like, I think I'm moving to another country.
Oh wow, yeah, I wouldn't know how to respond immediately.
And that's okay. You don't need a perfect response. You need a natural reaction.
So what would that sound like?
Something simple. Wait, seriously?
That feels real.
Because it is. It buys you time and shows emotion.
So reactions come before responses again.
Always.
I'm noticing that pattern everywhere now.
Good. That's how you internalize real English.
Okay, but what about awkward silence? Like when both people stop talking?
Ah, the famous silence.
Yeah, that one feels uncomfortable.
Only if you don't know how to handle it. Here's a simple trick. Acknowledge the silence.
Wait, really?
Yes, you can say something like, I don't even know what to say to that.
That actually sounds natural.
Because you're being honest, and honesty feels comfortable.
That removes so much pressure.
Exactly. You're not trying to impress, you're just being real.
I like that approach.
Now here's a pattern interrupt. This might surprise you.
Tell me.
Awkward moments often create stronger connections.
What? How?
Because they reveal authenticity. When things aren't perfectly smooth, people feel it's real.
That's kind of beautiful.
It is. Think about it. Perfect conversations feel artificial. Real ones have pauses, laughs, even confusion.
That's true.
Now let me ask you, and I want everyone watching to think about this.
Okay.
Do you try to avoid awkward moments, or do you panic when they happen?
I think I panic.
Most people do. But here's your new mindset. Awkward doesn't mean bad. It means human.
That changes everything.
Now let's handle another situation. Someone says something emotional like, I've been feeling really lost lately.
That's deep.
And many learners freeze here because they don't know what's correct to say.
Yes, I'd be afraid of saying the wrong thing.
But again, don't aim for perfect.
Aim for real.
So what would you say?
Yeah, that sounds tough.
That's simple, but it feels supportive.
Exactly. You're not solving the problem. You're acknowledging the feeling.
That's a huge difference.
Now here's something powerful. Repeat this idea in your mind. I don't need perfect words to be understood.
That feels reassuring.
And if you're watching this, I want you to say that to yourself too, because this belief alone can change how you speak.
I feel like this is more about mindset than language.
It is. Language follows mindset.
That's deep.
Now let's look at a slightly uncomfortable situation. Someone says something you don't understand.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
What do most learners do?
Pretend they understood.
Exactly. And that's the worst thing you can do,
I know it.
because the conversation continues and you get more lost.
So what should we do instead?
Use simple clarification phrases.
Like?
Like, wait, what do you mean? Or, sorry, I didn't catch that.
That sounds so basic.
And that's why it works.
I always thought I needed a more polite or complex sentence.
Simple is natural. Complex feels distant.
That's such a mindset shift.
Let's practice. Someone says something quickly and you miss it.
Okay.
You say,
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
perfect.
That felt easy.
And it keeps the conversation real.
I'm starting to feel more confident already.
Good. But now let's take this even deeper.
There's still more?
Yes, because real conversations also include disagreement.
Oh, that's scary. It doesn't have to be. I always worry about sounding rude.
That's because you're thinking in extremes. Agree or disagree strongly.
Isn't that how it works?
Not in real English. There's a soft middle ground.
Show me.
Instead of saying, you're wrong, you say, I see what you mean, but
Oh, that sounds much softer.
exactly. It keeps the conversation respectful.
That feels much safer.
Now let me ask you, and I want the viewer to think too.
Okay.
Have you ever avoided sharing your opinion in English just to avoid conflict?
Yes, many times.
And that means you weren't really part of the conversation.
Wow, that's true.
Real communication includes your voice.
That's powerful.
So here's a simple formula. Acknowledge, soften, share.
Can you give an example? Yeah, I get your point, but I feel like there's another side to it. That sounds natural and respectful. Exactly. I feel like I can actually use that.
You can. And once you start using these patterns, conversations stop feeling like tests and start feeling like real human interaction.
That's exactly what I want.
And we're about to take this even further.
How?
In the next part, we're going to step into real-life stories and scenarios where all these patterns come together naturally.
Oh, like full conversations?
Exactly. And you'll see how everything we've discussed, reactions, tone, flow, small talk, awkward moments, works together in real life.
That sounds exciting.
It is. And more importantly, it's where everything starts to click.
I can't wait.
All right, now we're stepping into something powerful. Real-life scenarios where everything we've talked about actually comes together.
I've been waiting for this part.
Good. And as you listen, I want you to imagine yourself inside these conversations, not as a learner, but as a participant.
Okay, I'll try that.
Let's start with a simple situation. You run into a friend at a cafe.
That already feels real.
Listen carefully.
I'm ready.
Hey, wow, it's been a while.
Yeah, it really has. How have you been?
Pause. Did you notice anything?
It felt easy. No complicated sentences.
Exactly. Real conversations start light.
Okay, continue.
I've been good, just busy with work. You know how it is.
That phrase again, you know how it is.
Yes, it invites connection without explaining everything.
So the other person is expected to relate.
Exactly.
Okay, what happens next?
Yeah, same here. It's been kind of crazy lately.
That's mirroring again.
Good catch.
This is starting to feel natural.
Now here's where it gets interesting.
I'm listening.
We should catch up properly sometime.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Everyone has. Now here's the question. Do they actually mean it?
Not always?
Exactly. Sometimes it's genuine. Sometimes it's just polite.
That's tricky.
It is. Real English includes these socially accepted phrases that aren't always literal.
So context matters.
Always.
That's deeper than I expected.
Now let's move to a different situation. At work,
Okay,
your colleague says, hey, did you get a chance to look at that file?
sounds normal.
But listen to the hidden meaning.
There's hidden meaning again?
Always. This could actually mean, have you finished it yet?
Oh, so it's indirect pressure.
Exactly. It sounds polite, but there's urgency underneath.
So how should I respond?
Naturally. For example, yeah, I started it, just need a bit more time.
That sounds honest and calm.
And it manages expectations without panic.
I like that.
Now let me ask you, and I want everyone watching to think about this.
Okay,
Have you ever misunderstood someone, not because of vocabulary, but because of tone or intention?
yes, many times.
That's the hidden layer of English we talked about earlier.
I'm starting to see it everywhere now.
Good. That awareness changes everything.
What's the next scenario?
Something slightly emotional.
Oh, okay.
A friend says, I don't know, I've just been feeling off lately.
That's subtle.
With empathy, not
So
solutions.
how do you respond?
For example, yeah, I get that. Want to talk about it? Because you're opening space,
That feels
not forcing
supportive.
answers. Now, here's a pattern interrupt.
That's a big
This might
difference.
surprise you. In real conversations, people don't
Tell me.
always want advice. Most of the time, they just want to be heard.
Really?
And if you're watching this,
That
think about
explains
your
so
own
much.
experience. When you share a problem, do you want solutions immediately, or do you want someone to understand you first? Exactly. That's
Definitely
human
understanding
communication.
first. Learning.
Because
I feel like
real
this is more
English
life
is
advice
real
than
life.
language learning. That's powerful.
Now, let's move to a slightly
That's
awkward
powerful.
scenario.
Oh no.
Someone cancels plans last minute.
That's always uncomfortable.
They say, hey,
That's
I'm really
always-
sorry, something came up.
Sick.
Now, your reaction matters.
Class.
That's normal. But
I'd
here's a
probably
natural
feel annoyed.
response. No worries, it happens. Yes, because you're managing the
Even if
social
I'm
moment.
annoyed? Interesting.
And if you want to add honesty, you can
That's
say,
interesting.
no worries, just let me know next time earlier if you can. Exactly.
Oh,
you balance
that's polite, but
emotion
clear.
and communication. It is.
That feels like a skill.
situation where you meet someone
Okay,
new.
what's next? Stressful.
They say, so, what do you
That's
do?
always stressful. Question ever.
And many learners panic
the most
here.
common question ever. Perfectly. Yes,
But real
because they
answer?
want to explain
Keep it
everything
simple.
perfectly.
I work in marketing, mostly digital stuff.
Like natural.
And it invites follow-up
That
questions.
sounds natural. Oh,
Exactly.
so you don't need to
Conversations
explain
are
everything at
built
once.
step by step.
All the
That's
I feel
a
like
very
I've been
common
trying to say
mistake.
too much all the time.
Now, let's pause for a second.
This is
I
eye-opening.
want you watching this to imagine your next
Okay.
real English conversation.
Exercise.
What would you say differently now?
That's a good exercise. Simpler.
And more natural.
I definitely keep things
That's the
simpler.
transformation we're aiming for.
Yes.
Good. Because in
I
the
can
next
feel
part,
it happening
we're going
already.
even deeper. Yes, we're going to break down
than
advanced
this?
insights, how to think in English, how to react instantly, and how to sound natural without translating. Then don't miss what's coming
That's
next,
exactly what
because
I
this
need.
is where everything truly clicks. Now we're stepping into the most powerful shift of all, the moment where English stops being something you translate and starts becoming something you think in.
That
It
sounds
feels that
amazing,
way at
but
first.
also kind
But
of
let me ask you
impossible.
something, and I want you watching this to really think about it. When someone speaks in your native language, do you
Okay.
translate in your head? Exactly.
No, I
no
just
delay,
understand
no
instantly.
effort, just meaning. Yes,
So the goal
but
is to
here's the
reach
key
that level
insight
in
most
English?
people miss. You don't get there by learning more grammar. By changing how you process language.
Then how?
Right now, most learners follow
Okay,
this path.
explain that.
Hear English, translate to your language, think, translate back to English, speak. And that's why you feel slow.
That's exactly what I do.
Now imagine this
Yeah,
instead.
there's always a
Hear
delay.
English, feel meaning, respond.
Sure.
It is, because you
That
remove
sounds so much
translation
faster.
completely. You start training your brain
But
to
how do you
connect
actually do
English
that?
directly to experiences, not words.
Example.
Of course, when you hear
I'm
the
gonna need
word
an example.
hungry, don't translate it. Imagine the feeling in your body. Exactly.
Oh,
That's
like when my
direct
stomach feels
connection.
empty. So instead of words,
Yes,
I focus
because
on
language is
sensations
just a
and
label
emotions?
for experience.
Deep.
Now let's take it into conversation.
That's deep.
Someone says, I'm exhausted.
Okay. Instead of
Perfect.
translating,
And your
I
response
imagine
comes
being
faster.
really tired
Exactly.
because I feel it, not analyze it.
And this is
That's
how
a
fluent
completely
speakers
different
think.
way of learning.
You can have it. But here's where it gets even
I
more
want
interesting.
that. There,
Always. Your brain loves
There's more?
patterns, so when you hear
Okay.
the same phrases repeatedly, they become automatic. Exactly. But for language,
like muscle memory. So that's why phrases like I get
yes,
it or make
they're not
sense
thinking,
come naturally
they're
to some
recalling
people.
patterns. And here's a quick tip for you watching.
That's so
Start
powerful.
collecting ready-to-use phrases instead of isolated vocabulary. Because in real conversations, you
That
don't
makes
build
sense.
sentences, you retrieve them. Now, let's go deeper
Wow,
into
that
instant
changes
reactions.
everything.
The fastest speakers don't think faster.
Okay.
They rely on familiar patterns.
So speed comes
Exactly.
from familiarity, not intelligence.
Let's try something. I'll say a
That's
situation
reassuring.
and you respond quickly. No overthinking. Good. That means it's real.
Okay, I'm nervous.
I just got promoted.
Let's do it.
Perfect. No hesitation.
No way, that's amazing.
Because it's a common emotional pattern.
That felt natural.
Next one. I missed my flight.
I see.
Excellent.
Oh no, that's the
And
worst.
this is how you train
This
real
is actually
conversation
fun.
skills.
Not by memorizing
Exactly.
rules, but by practicing reactions.
Most
I
learners
feel
miss
like
it.
this is what I've been missing the whole time.
Good, because here comes a
now it's starting
powerful
to click.
realization. Fluency is not about saying more.
I'm ready.
It's about saying things effortlessly. And if you're watching this, I want you
That's
to ask
such a
yourself,
shift.
are you trying to impress people with English or connect with them? Because those are two very
That's a
different
deep
goals.
question.
Always.
Yeah, and connection feels more meaningful.
Consistency
so what's the
with
final
real
step
input.
to becoming natural?
Listening to real conversations, repeating
Meaning?
them, feeling them, not just studying them. Exactly.
So more exposure to natural
And one more
English.
thing. Don't fear mistakes.
That makes sense.
Let me reframe it for you.
That's
Mistakes
hard.
are proof that you're communicating,
Okay.
not failing. Because silence is the real
That's a
failure.
powerful way to look at it.
Speak imperfectly, but speak,
Wow.
including you.
I think a
Definitely
lot of
me.
people needed
And
to hear
now
that.
we're coming to the final part of this journey.
All right.
Yes. And in the last section, we're going to bring
Already?
everything together. Clear, simple, and powerful. So you walk away knowing exactly how to transform your English starting today.
I'm ready for that.
So let's bring everything together.
Ready for that.
It has.
I
And
feel
if
like
you've
this has
stayed with
been
us
such a
until this
journey.
point, you've already done something most learners don't.
Exactly, and that matters
You
more than
didn't
you
quit.
think. Start with the recap. Let's go back
So
to the
where do
biggest
we start with the
illusion, the idea that perfect English equals real communication. Not even
Which
close.
we now know isn't
Real
true.
English is messy, emotional, and incomplete because it's human.
But somehow
that.
more effective.
Now think about this. You don't need
I love-
perfect grammar to say, I'm tired.
True.
But that simple sentence can create connection, empathy, and understanding. Always.
So meaning matters more than structure.
And then we talked about
That's
fast
a huge
speech.
mindset shift.
But now you know it's
Yeah,
not
that
fast,
used to scare
it's
me.
connected.
Words
Exactly.
blending together,
and instead of
sounds
listening
changing.
word by word, you listen in patterns.
Sure.
Then we moved into
That's
responses
such a game changer. Favorite part.
because that's where most people freeze.
My favorite part. And
You
now I
need
know
quick,
I don't
natural
need long
reactions.
sentences.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I get it,
Simple,
or that's
emotional,
rough.
real. And then we
That
explored
already
small
makes
talk,
speaking feel easier,
but about connection.
which is not about information. That idea
Good,
alone
because
changed
once you
how I see
understand that,
conversations.
you stop trying to be impressive and start being approachable. Then came the unexpected
That's
moments.
such a relief.
And now
Awkward
you know,
silence,
you don't need
emotional
perfect
situations,
words. Exactly.
just honest reactions.
And finally,
That makes
the
conversations
biggest
feel less
transformation.
scary. Thinking English.
Yes, moving from
Thinking in
translation
English.
to direct understanding. And it starts with something
That
simple,
feels like the ultimate
connecting
goal.
words to feelings, not translations. Good, because now comes the
definitely going to
most
practice
important
that.
question.
I'm listening.
What are you going to do with everything you've
listening.
learned? Exactly,
I guess
because knowledge
start
without
using it?
action changes nothing. So here's your challenge, and I want
That's
everyone
true.
watching this to take this seriously. In your next English conversation, do
Okay.
3 things. First, use simple reactions.
I'm ready.
Second, don't aim for perfect
No
sentences.
overthinking.
And third, focus on connection,
communicate.
not correctness. Because that's where real
That
fluency
one really
lives.
stands out.
It is.
I feel like
You're
this
removing
approach is
pressure.
lighter
Exactly.
and replacing it with confidence. Wow, this feels different from anything I've learned before.
Without memorizing lists. Yes.
I learned how to use it.
And here's
I think a
something
lot of
important
people
for
needed
you
this.
and everyone watching. You don't need perfect
Tell them.
conditions to start. You don't need expensive
Because you'll
courses
never feel
or hours of free
100%
time.
ready.
Exactly. Always.
That's such a powerful message.
It can be. But because you're
That
seeing
makes so
something
much
familiar in a new way. And in the next part, we're
Was
going
once
to go
confused too.
even deeper.
That's encouraging.
Yes, we're going to uncover advanced
Oh, I like
insights.
this.
How listening shapes pronunciation, confidence, and
Yes,
even
let's hear
your
it.
personality in English. Because fluency isn't
I'm
just
curious
about
what
words,
people will say.
it's about identity.
Don't forget to like.
Stay with us, because
And share
this
this
next
with
part
someone who
might
struggles with
completely
English.
change how you see yourself as an English speaker.
The faster everything clicks. This was
Because
honestly
this journey is
eye-opening.
better when we grow together.
Wait, there's more?
Let's go deeper, because what we're about to talk about
Oh,
now
now I'm
is
curious
something
again.
most learners never even think about. We've talked about listening, improving your understanding, your vocabulary, even
That
your
sounds
thinking.
dangerous, in a good
But
way.
what if I told you that listening can actually change your pronunciation,
can't unsee
your
them.
confidence, and even your
All right, I'm
personality
in.
in English?
See you in the next one.
It is, but once you understand this, everything starts to connect. Let's start
This
with
already sounds
pronunciation.
important.
Most people do, and here's why. Many learners try to improve pronunciation
inside
by
it.
reading
I like
words
that.
and repeating them. But real pronunciation
Okay.
doesn't come from reading, it comes from deep listening. Because English is not
Honestly,
spoken word
I
by
don't know.
word, it's spoken in connected sound patterns.
Because it feels like work?
Yes, words blend together, sounds change, stress shifts.
So how do we fix
Exactly, or going to becomes gonna.
that? Sounds big.
And here's the key. If you only learn words visually, you'll never fully capture those sound changes.
A tool for communication?
Always, your mouth follows your ears. It's true.
That makes
You
it
can't
feel more
say what you
personal.
can't hear properly. Let me give you a quick
but
example.
how do I make that shift
Listen
in
to
real
this
life?
phrase. Did you eat yet? But in natural speech, it often sounds like, did you eat yet? And if you've never trained your ear to hear that, you
So
might
it's
not even
okay to have
recognize it.
simple conversations.
Exactly.
That's actually relieving. I love
Right. But through repeated listening, your brain starts mapping those sounds.
that. Sounds familiar.
Yes, not perfect, but natural.
Let me guess. Almost never.
Now let's talk about confidence.
Wow.
Many people think confidence comes from speaking practice,
That hits hard.
but real confidence comes from familiarity. Yes, when you've
Tell
heard
me.
something many times, it feels safe, known, comfortable.
Messy consistency.
Exactly. Let me
That
ask you
feels more
something,
realistic.
and I want everyone watching to think about
I
this.
think a lot of people
When do you
needed to
feel
hear
more
that.
confident? When you say something you've heard many times, or something you
Identity?
just created on the spot?
Oh,
That's because your
interesting.
brain trusts familiar patterns.
Yeah, that thought comes up a lot.
Exactly. And
So
here's
if I
a
think
quick
I'm
reality
bad, I
check.
hesitate more.
If you feel nervous speaking English, it might not be because you're shy.
To what?
It might be because your brain doesn't have enough
That
familiar
feels
patterns
lighter.
to rely on.
I like that.
And the solution isn't forcing yourself to speak more.
Okay.
Exactly. Now let's go even
Probably
deeper.
embarrassment.
Let's talk about personality.
So what should I feel instead?
Have you ever felt like you're a different person when you
Curiosity?
speak English? That's very
such a
common,
healthier mindset.
because your personality
I feel
is
like this
limited
is
by your
bigger than
language ability.
now.
In your native
Wow.
language, you have thousands of patterns to express humor, emotion, opinions.
Please, not boring.
Exactly, so your personality feels restricted.
What does that look like?
It is,
Narrate your
but
day
it's
in
temporary.
your head. Like I'm
Yes,
making coffee.
because as your listening improves, you absorb more expressive
Hurry.
patterns.
Keys. That actually sounds fun and powerful.
Exactly.
So no translation.
Yes, not a different
I'm
person,
definitely
a more
trying that.
complete
And here's
version of
another one.
yourself.
React out when you want from it.
And here's
Like a
something
movie?
beautiful about this
Yes,
process.
they think, "No way."
You don't just learn a language, you expand
like
your
real
identity.
reactions.
Because language is more than
It
communication,
feels so
it's
different
expression.
from studying grammar. I can see that.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Okay.
The biggest change?
Probably
They'll stop
much more
feeling like a
confident.
learner and start feeling like a user of English.
I love
Because they're no longer studying the language, they're living
the
it.
biggest obstacle.
And here's a question for you, and I want everyone watching to think about this. Do you want to keep studying English, or do you
Really?
want to start living it?
That That's actually comforting.
because your answer will determine your approach.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
And it starts with something simple, done the right way.
I feel like this is the confidence piece.
It is.
And
in
I
the
think
final
everything
part,
finally makes sense now.
in the final part, we're going to bring
I can
everything
feel it.
together. Clear, simple, and actionable.
This feels like
and
a real
powerful
beginning.
way to move forward from today. Because knowledge is
that.
only useful if you apply it. Good. Stay
Yes,
with us,
let's do that.
because the final part might be the most important one.
Then don't keep it to yourself.
Because this might be the
Because
episode
a
that
lot of
changes
people are
everything.
stuck in the same cycle.
So let's bring everything together, because if
Also,
you've been
we
listening
really wanna
carefully,
hear from
you
you.
already have everything you need to transform your
What
English.
was the biggest realization you had today? What are you going to do differently
Good,
starting
because
now?
now it's not about learning more, it's about seeing clearly.
And of course,
Let's start with the biggest truth from this entire
subscribe
episode.
to Talk Easy Daily,
You don't improve your English by speaking more, you improve it by listening better.
because this is just the start. See you in the next
Because
episode.
speaking